When I was growing up, I really wanted to be a newspaper cartoonist, churning out a goofy little story every week. And that's just kind of been the way I operate. Doing the webcomic twice a week, doing the young adult story, writing and illustrating once a week, putting out the story must be told every week, and then every 2 weeks. Why would I do a novel any different?
Behold the small man, an artist type. His recording, his writing, his plucking, his little serious face. Look how intense he plays. You can tell he has significant credit card debt.
My name is Reed Failer, and I'm a mildly to moderately successful fiction podcaster.
Which is a funny way of saying unhireable. Over the last 7 years, in addition to 100 or so short stories, he has crafted a literary fiction novel about a consumer goods company driving a bird species to extinction.
My mom and dad read it, and they said it's really good. And my wife said it's not too weird.
He wrote most of it on his phone, riding the train to and from a job he didn't like. Now, the book written, rewritten, revised, and complete, he is recording and scoring a full audiobook and releasing it himself.
I've been recording all of it before the baby gets born, because silence will not be easy to come by.
The tiny artist began work on the novel at the same time he and his friends started the Story Must Be Told podcast.
A lot of the stories I wrote for the podcast, I used as kind of experiments to see what I liked, what worked. And what worked, I put into the novel. I had the basic idea for the story for a long time. I wanted a story about a group of humans driving a species to extinction. I just didn't know what species.
After he read a book on extinct birds and saw how many birds human beings had purposefully driven to extinction, he had his answer.
This is what I sent publishers and lit agents. The Meabiary stamp bill is doomed to extinction. Every single bird will become a handsome piece of tableware thanks to Wellings, Estuary City's largest supplier of meat and domestic goods. But deep within the monstrous company, rebellion stirs.
Look at that little grin. He actually thought that might sell. Poor small man. Poor naive small man. Poor naive, non-contributing, unrealistic, small...
After the first kid was born, we just could not afford to live in New York anymore, so we moved to Ohio, which obliterated our savings. And then work just didn't, take off. So, with the second kid here, I figure if people want to hear the book, now is the time I could really use the help.
The Small Man will release a chapter every 2 weeks. Or, if his Patreon receives over $300 a month, then he vows a chapter every week.
I still want to find a way to publish this, but until then, I don't want to wait for a publisher to take a chance on me. I want it out there. I've lived in this world for 7 years. It's been refined from all the themes of the things I care about: living corporations, mysterious drugs, reproduction technology. A third of the book told entirely from a bird's perspective. This story's, it's made me cry. It's given me purpose. I don't want to wait for permission to tell it. The story must be uttered.
Spoken by a small man raising children in a cramped Ohio apartment. Donate now. Listen to your story. Patrons also receive a digital album of all the scores the small man wrote and recorded, and a promise.
I want to spend my life making this weirdly beautiful shit that no one else would make. I don't care how much you give me. Like, if you want to wait till the very end and just give me $5 and download all of it and really cheat me, do that. That's totally cool. Download it, give it to a friend, shareware the shit. I just want it out there. And if enough people like this, I'll just keep doing it. I'll just keep making books and I will not stop. And if people don't, then I'll just get really sad.
Help make the small man happy. $5 gets you in, $15 makes you a sweetheart.
Thank you. I love you. I really love you. I love you so much. Thank you for listening to this. Just let me make shit for you. I just want to give. I just want to give it to you, please. I love you so much. Is that okay?